how to break up with your mobile phone so that you stop checking your mobile devices. So if let's say you want to know this interesting experiment that I've been doing, you must stay tuned to the end. Hey guys, this is June because I was born in June, and welcome to my amazing life today. If you want to improve your public speaking and presentation skill, you want to check it out. Our brand new training, junlo.co/APSP is amazing public speaking secrets at junlo.co/APSP. And today I want to discuss with you guys this really interesting topic and interesting experiment that I've been doing for about few days time. Okay, I realized that I've been spending too much time on my mobile phone, and I was really worried about this because most of the time that I spent, it should be on doing something that is more productive, but apparently having this mobile phone where I thought it's going to help me to improve my productivity by having a lot of different tools and apps didn't actually solve this problem. And I've been listening to a few podcasts related to happiness, so I wanted to share this with you guys. So one of the podcasts that I listened to while I was learning cooking, I was cooking, right? They says like, the more time that you devote to your mobile phone unconsciously, you may not notice it, but as soon as you realize that, you may miss out a lot more important stuff in your life. Like for example, instead of keeping scrolling on my different social medias at my mobile phone, if I accumulate the time in altogether, maybe it would be an hour or 2 hours per day, right? I can actually pick up a skill, like perhaps learning back my guitar. I've been missing guitar a lot, or maybe just learn my piano, right? This is like a lot of the time is being spent on a mobile phone. So that got me like really a little worried. Why am I feeling that I'm constantly being distracted? What is the cause of the distraction where I start keeping track of my time, right? So this is a very interesting where how I keep track of my time is that I try to put my phone in another room that is super far away from me where I can't really reach out to the phone, and I see what happens. Okay, one thing that I instantly feel the difference is that I realize I'm more focused on the work that I'm doing right now. I'm more concentrated. I'm more concentrated on the work. I'm more focused. And because I don't really receive any notification, I don't have the urge of checking my Messenger, my Facebook, my Instagram. I realize I can finish the work way more effective than when I used to have my phone beside me. Alright, this is interesting. So which brings me to this topic and this experiment today. If you realize that you've been checking your phone a lot, or you feel like you're constantly being distracted, you felt like you have a really long day, you feel very tired, but you just do not know the cause. It might be just because you're constantly holding the phone with you. So here I'm just going to share with you guys few strategies that I found really useful in order for you to break up with your mobile phone and start having really meaningful and quality time for yourself as well as for your family members or for your friends, whoever matters. Alright, so tip number one, which I just shared actually, the tip number one will be to break up with your mobile phone is to place your mobile phone in a location where it is very difficult for you to reach out. So I've been reading this book called Atomic Habits. So one of the tips that they share in order to remove the bad habits will be you make it difficult. Alright? So instead of usually I would just put my mobile phone on my desk while I am working, where it's quite easy for me to check on my phone. I actually purposely put the mobile phone in another room where I literally need to walk for about 10 seconds to 15 seconds in order to reach that out. I tested this method. It's really a no-brainer. I tested it for about 3 days time during the weekends and as well as yesterday as well. I felt like I'm so concentrated on my work, I can finish more tasks that is at hand, okay? So this is definitely one tip that you guys can do. So if let's say this is not working, then we will go to tip 2. Okay, I actually bought this mobile app long time ago. I'm using iPhone. I bought this app that is called Forest. So it's Forest, Forest. So this app is really, really interesting because it helps you to concentrate on the task at hand. By whenever you want to concentrate on your task, you just open up this Forest app, and when it open up, they will allow you to select how many minutes or how many hours you want to not touching your phone. So let's say I set for, as a start, maybe you can set like 15 minutes for you to build up the starting point, right? But I usually set it about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, right? I also started with 15 minutes. I set it for 45 minutes because I also make a label. I want to focus on learning, focusing on working. So I set that and I press start. So once I've done so, what this Forest app will do is that if you manage to concentrate on the task at hand for the time frame that is selected, like 30 minutes, at the end of the 30 minutes not touching your phone, they will reward you with a plant, right? Meaning you can pick the type of plant that you want to plant. You can plant a flower, you can plant a tree. But if let's say during this entire period, you kind of like check your phone, you break the chain, okay, then they will not plant the tree for you. I felt this app, the concept is really, even though it's very basic, but it's really, really interesting because I felt the sense of achievement when I'm able to plant a tree. I felt the kind of happiness when I realized that, hey, June, here's your win today. Here's, you have already concentrated for about 2 hours of focused working for the day. That's why there are 3 trees that you have planted. It is really, really fun. So you guys can actually check it out. It's called Forest. So that is my tip number 2. So tip number 3. This is also something that I've done, I think about 4 to 5 years back. So 4 to 5 years back, I also been to this similar point where I realized I've been spending too much time on social media, which I shouldn't. I make a drastic change. I deleted the Facebook mobile app from my mobile phone, but I was still checking, right? So remember just now I shared about in order to remove a bad habit, you just need to make the bad habits as difficult as it is in order to access. I deleted the mobile app, but then I still feel like I want to have the urge of checking the social media sometimes, right? I just want to make it more difficult, right? So this is what I've done. I deleted the Facebook mobile app, Instagram, but whenever I want to check, I will go to the mobile phone web browser. Every single time I'm just going to check my Facebook, I will need to type my username and my password every single time. I don't save the password. So it makes the whole process more difficult. And whenever I want to feel like having a break during my workday and I have the urge of logging in, and I know that I need to go through so many different steps, like going through the web browser, typing my email, typing my password in order to do that, in order to access my Facebook social, I give up the idea. And this worked fantastically for me, I think 4 to 5 years back. It has been almost 1 year to 1.5 year time. I spend nighttime just dedicated for reading, for learning. Whenever I want to check social, I do check social media as well. I either check it by logging it, which it's more difficult. That's the reason why I spend lesser time. Okay? So, I don't know about you guys. Like, do you guys also face a similar issue as I do? Because I feel like this is a constant battle, not only about Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, but it also can be applicable to any other areas of our life. So, I hope that you guys loving this episode so far. So the next thing that you can do, the next tip is that for my phone, I'm using iPhone 12 Pro. So we can actually set how many minutes or how many hours we can use or we can access to the certain apps in our mobile phone. So if let's say you are using Android, you can probably check it out. How can you limit the time that you spend on each of the mobile app in your phone? Because whenever I spend too much time, I only limit myself to spend about 1.5 hours maximum for my Facebook app. Sometimes I do exceed that. So what happens is that my iPhone will actually give me a prompt, say, hey June, the time limit is up, like you have spent more than you should. So this is also a good point for you to be aware how much time you're spending on social, and if these are the time that you dedicate to another area of your life, whether it's entertainment time, spending time with your families and friends, or spending time exercising, or spending time learning up and picking up new skill. This is going to help you a lot. So last but not least, one extra thing is that you may not be able to know not only Facebook app, like all the things that I'm discussing just now, it doesn't apply just for a social media on how much time you're spending on that. It can be really applicable to any areas of your life, but everything starts with awareness. If you're not aware that you have been spending too much time, you will not try to find ways to fix that. You will not try to find way to, you'll not try to find ways to make the bad habits more difficult for you to access, right? So that's why everything starts from being aware. So if let's say you're unsure how you spend your time, the first thing you can do is really be aware and keep track where your time goes. So this is actually the first exercise that I did before I come to a conclusion. June, I think you have been spending too much time on social media. That's why you are being distracted. So that's why I want to do this whole episode and share with you guys my experiment. So right now, whenever I'm working, I'm still trying to keep up the good habits, okay, and remove the bad habits. Whenever I want to concentrate working, I will actually lock my phone in the office. So this is one thing to share with you guys. I hope that you guys loving this episode. If let's say you've been loving this episode so far, give me some comments down below and let me know what is your experience with your mobile phone, and whether you are together with me that you want to break up with your mobile phone. And also remember, if let's say you haven't joined our Facebook group, remember to join at www.amazingstory.co, because we share a lot of free training and free masterclass, no matter whether for your personal life in order to upscale your personal life, as well as for your business, marketing, and productivity as well. So do check that out. And if you want to be able to do Facebook Live just like me anytime and anywhere, you are not alone. It is so simple to do it. You should join our 7-day amazing challenge, where it is actually our signature program. Throughout this program, we have created more than 100 creators from 0 videos to 7 videos in a week. There is absolutely nothing that you need to prepare, because all of us, we are learning together, and we are going to be put in a private Facebook group where you don't have to be afraid. I'm going to handhold you and give you the step-by-step guide to complete 7 videos in 7 days. If someone, I actually coach a student who have anxiety before. If she can complete 7 videos in 7 days, you can do it too. Want to take up a challenge? Remember to join at www.amazingchallenge.us, and the time to sign up is running up, right? So remember to join at www.amazingchallenge.us, alright? So I will see you in the challenge then. Take care. Bye.